Namaste. Today I'm going to read Book 11, Chapter 7, on the greatness of one-faced, etc. Rudraksham in the Maha Devi Bhagavatam. Om Vakratunda Mahakaya Koti Surya Samaprabha Nidaveganam Gurmesar. Hari Om Tat Sat. Hari Om Tat Sat. Sri Narayana said, O Narada, when Girisa thus explained to Kartikeya the greatness of Rudraksham, he became satisfied. Now, I have spoken to you of the glories of the Rudrakshams, as far as I know. Now, as to our subject of right way of acting, I will now speak on other things that ought to be known. Listen, the seeing of Rudraksham brings in a lakh times of punyam, and koti times the merit arises from touching that. Holding it brings in koti times merit. Again, if one makes the japam of a mantra with that Rudraksham, one obtains merit 100 lakh koti times and 1000 lakh koti times the merit. The merit in holding the Rudraksham is far superior to that in holding Bhadraksham. The Rudraksham seed that is of the size of an amalaki is the best, which is of the size of a plum in middling, and which is of the size of a gram is the worst. This is my word and promise. The Rudraksham tree is of 4 kinds: Brahma, Kshatriya, Vaishya and Shudra. The white color is Brahmana, the red color is Kshatriya, the yellow color is Vaishya, and the black colored Rudraksham seed is Shudra. The Brahmanas are to use the white colored Rudrakshams, the Kshatriyas the red-colored ones, the Vaishyas, the yellow-colored ones, and the Sudras, the black ones. Those Rudraksha seeds that are nicely circular, smooth, hard, and whose thorns or points are distinctly visible are the best. Those that are pierced by insects, broken in parts, whose thorns are not clearly visible, with swells and holes, and those that are coated over, these 6 varieties of Rudrakshams are faulty. Those Rudrakshams that have their holes by nature running through and through are best, and those that base their holes pierced by men are middling. The Rudraksha seeds that are all of uniform shape, bright, hard, and beautifully circular, should be strung together by a silken thread. How to test the Rudraksha seed? As gold is tested by a touchstone, so the Rudraksham is tested by drawing lines on it. Those on which the lines are most uniform, bright and beautiful are the best, and they should be worn by the Shaivas, the Savas. One should hold one Rudraksham on the crown here, 30 on the head, 36 on the neck, 16 on each arm, 12 on each wrist, 50 on the shoulders, 100 and 8 Rudrakshams in the place of the sacrificial thread, and the devotee should have 2 or 3 rounds on the neck, on the earrings, on the crown of the head or bracelets, the head on bracelets, on armlets, on necklace, on the ornament worn on the loins. One should hold Rudraksham always, whether one sleeps or eats. Holding 300 Rudrakshams is the lowest. Holding 500 is middling. Holding 1,000 Rudrakshams is the best. So one ought to wear 1,000 Rudrakshams. At the time of taking Rudraksham on one's head, one should utter the mantra of Isana, the mantra of Tat Purusha, while holding on one's ears Aghora mantra on one's forehead and heart, and Vija of Aghora mantra, i.e. Hasao, while holding on one's hands. One should wear the rosary of 50 Rudraksha seeds suspended up to the belly, uttering the Vamadeva mantra, Sadhyo Jatadi, etc., the 5 Brahma mantras and the 6-limbed Shiva mantra. One is to string every Rudraksha seed, uttering the root mantra, and then hold it. One-faced Rudraksha reveals Paratattva, the highest tattva. When worn, the knowledge of the highest tattva arises. The Brahma is seen then. The 2-faced Rudraksham is Ardhana Ishvara, the Lord of the other half, which represents woman. The same person is if worn, Ardhana Ishvara, Shiva is always pleased with that man who holds it. The 3-faced Rudraksham is fire made manifest. It destroys in a moment the sin of killing a woman. The 3-faced Rudraksham is the 3 Agnis. Daksin Agni, Garhapatya and Ahavaniya. Bhagavan Agni is always pleased with that man who wears the 3-faced Rudraksham. The 4-faced Rudraksham is Brahma himself. The wearer gets his prosperity enhanced, his diseases destroyed, the divine knowledge springs in him, and his heart is always pleased. The 5-faced Rudraksham is the 5-faced Shiva himself. Mahadeva gets pleased with him who holds it. The presiding deity of the 6-faced Rudraksham is Kartikeya. Some Pandits take Ganapati to be the presiding deity of the 6-faced Rudraksham. The presiding deity of the 7-faced Rudraksham is the 7 Matrikas, the sun and the 7 Rishis. By putting on this, the prosperity is increased. Health and the pure knowledge are established. It should be put on when one becomes pure. The presiding deity of the 8-faced Rudraksham is Brahmi, the 8 Matrikas. By holding this, the 8 Vasus are pleased and the river Ganges is also pleased. The putting on of this makes the jivas truthful and pleasant-minded. The devata of the 9-faced Rudraksham is Yama. Holding this puts off the fears of death. The devata of the 11-faced Rudraksham is 10 quarters. The 10 quarters are pleased with him who wears the 10-faced Rudraksham. The devata of the 11-mouthed Rudraksham is the 11 Rudras of Indra. Holding this enhances happiness. The 12-faced Rudraksham is Vishnu made manifest. Its devatas are the 12 Adityas. The devotees of Shiva should hold this. The 13-faced Rudraksham, if worn, enables one to secure one's desires. He does nowhere experience failures. The Kamadeva becomes pleased with him who wears this. The 14-faced Rudraksham destroys all diseases and gives eternal health. While holding this, one ought not to take wine, flesh, onion, garlic, sajna fruit, chalta fruit, and the flesh of the boar, which eats excrements, etc., during the lunar and solar eclipses, during the Uttarayana Samkranti, or the Dakshinayana Samkranti during the full moon or the new moon day. If Rudraksham be worn, one becomes instantly freed of all one's sins. Here ends the 7th chapter on the 11th book on the greatness of one-faced, etc. Rudraksham in the Mahapuranam, Srimad Devi Bhagavatam of 18,000 verses by Maharishi Vedvyasa. Om Jayanti Mangalakali Padrakali. Om Tuya Mata Chivitatu Vidya Shanti Shanti Shanti.